It's your girl Jhordyn.
Off the Remy, had a back loose. Had to hit my old town to check the news. 2-4-hour lockdown, we made no moves. Now it's 4 a.m. and I'm back up popping with it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jhordyn. In today's video, I'm simply going to be talking at you. So if you don't like talking videos, you might as well just leave now. I really love when you guys stick around for the entire time. That helps so much for my watch time. Your girl is trying to get monetized, okay? But like I said, today's video is going to be strictly informational, and it's going to be really beneficial to those beginners who don't really know how to go through the process of at least attempting to buy sneakers at retail. A disclaimer that I wanted to put in this video before we even get into it. Child, all this information that I'm sharing with you right now is strictly informational. It is not me guaranteeing that you're going to be catching dubs. It is not me guaranteeing that it's going to work. It's not me guaranteeing that you're just going to get all your sneakers at retail now. I can barely get my stuff at retail in this day and age because the bots have taken over, child. They have taken over. But if you choose to stick around and support the kid, what you will walk away with is information that will help you at least try to go through the process the right way. And it'll also give you a couple of tips and tricks after you may not succeed with following said process. So y'all know me, I don't like long intros. Let's just hop straight on into the video. Tip number one for anybody that is trying to get a sneaker at retail is first things first. First and foremost, always know when your sneaker release day is in advance. This is honestly a pretty commonsensical thing, but honestly for those who are not really engulfed into the sneaker community and really know how this process works, some people just see a shoe, they like a shoe, and they want to buy the shoe, rather than seeing the shoe on the internet and knowing when the shoe is actually going to drop and preparing yourself to try and cop the shoe. So it's really important, and I think that it's one of the most important steps to know in advance when the sneaker you're trying to get is dropping. One might ask, how do I know? How do I know when the sneaker is gonna drop? So the easiest way and the most common way for people to know about when upcoming releases are happening for which shoe that they're looking at is by having apps on their phone. These apps can be the sneakers app, it can be Foot Locker, it can be Finish Line, it can be Champs, it can be Chic Shoes, it can be so many different things. There's also websites like Sneaker News, and aside from all of that, there's various pages that you can follow on Instagram. One of the pages that actually is pretty good about posting releases before they happen is Show Your Drip. It's more of an outfit page, but if you click on their stories and watch their stories, they are actually really good about posting new releases and when the shoes are going to drop and all of that. But the reason it's good to have these apps is because they will all show you the upcoming releases, what sneakers are getting ready to come out, how you can actually enter raffles and draws to potentially get the sneakers, which we will talk about a little bit deeper into this video. But just so you guys know the basics right now, get all those apps on your phone. If you don't already have them, install them. If you got the storage, put the apps on your phone, turn on your push notifications, and they will let you know all that you need to. A lot of times I use those sneaker apps as frequently as I use Instagram. Quite literally, I will scroll through those apps just to peep and see if there's anything interesting coming out. If not, then I keep it pushing and go about my day. If so, I mark the date and I peep that. I register that information in my brain. All right, so that was all the basics that I could give you just to get started installing all those apps on your phone. Sneakers, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, Finish Line, Chic Shoes, all of that. All of those apps are going to be great, especially if you have those local stores around you. There is no local sneaker store if you don't already know that, but everything else I named, there are stores in different locations, different states, different, I don't know about countries, but different states for sure, and you should definitely look into that. My second tip and trick, aside from the basics, is obviously to enter the draw on Sneakers. So if you don't know what Sneakers is the Nike Sneakers app. Sneakers is the official Nike app that you can try for all the sneakers by entering draws. So what is a draw? A draw is essentially one big raffle for everybody on Sneakers to join for whatever shoe is dropping that day. I'm not gonna walk you through how to use the app. If you would like for me to do that, drop a comment in the comment section down below, write Neo, and let me know I need that tutorial on how to use Sneakers and all the other apps that I'm about to name. The draw is basically a raffle. You are joining it and you are trying to win the shoe that you are trying to get. And if you win, you win. It's gonna charge your card and it'll let you know got them. If you didn't win, you didn't get them, and you just gotta take that L and hold it with pride. Sneakers will play you and Sneakers will hurt your feelings. It's very disrespectful, and at this point it's kind of a bit of a social experiment because I've only hit off of that app once and I've been a Nike member since I was like 12, 13 years old. Joining the draw is the reason I said mark the date in your calendar, because at the end of the day, Sneakers has their draws on specific days, and if you scroll through the Sneakers app, you'll be able to see what day the draw is going to happen. The day that the draw actually happens, it's good for you to get on your phone, force close all of the apps that you have open up sneakers about 10 minutes beforehand, kind of go through the app, use it, scroll through, see what's in the feed, do all that good stuff. And then once the draw is open, like immediately, as soon as the draw opens at 7 o'clock a.m., because that's the only time they do their draws, you better join it, you better sit there, and you better wait. Don't use no other app on your phone, because the one time that I hit off of sneakers, I was only on the sneakers app and I had all my attention on the sneakers app. The more time that you give yourself to get on the app and get settled, the better. That's why I suggested you get on the app at about 6:50 a.m. that morning rather than getting on at 7 on the dot, because everybody's just flooding onto the app and joining that draw. Because 9 times out of 10, regardless of whether it's a popular sneaker or not, they sell out. They usually sell out because Nike is a huge brand and somebody is always going to want a pair of Nikes. Like I said though, sneakers is a bit of a social experiment, so it's really hard to hit, especially in 2021. The shoe game is crazy, and that's why you have people like me coming on the internet trying to teach you how you can simply buy a pair of sneakers at retail and not resell. I say all of that to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't only join the sneakers draw, and that is where my next tip comes in. So the next tip is to enter local raffles. Raffles are going to be carried out through Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, Champs, Chic Shoes, and that's my list of local raffle stores. That's what I have around me. So when I say local raffle, that means wherever you live, regardless of the state, regardless of the country. I don't know how things work outside of this country, but at the end of the day, you need to go to your local malls, or you need to look up your local malls and see which malls have what stores. I am currently living in Seattle, so Seattle actually has South Center Mall, which is one of the malls that has the largest amounts of traffic in Champs, Finish Line, Foot Locker, Foot Action stores. All of those stores have a lot of traffic at South Center Mall. Before the shoe game got ridiculous and you could actually pick up the shoes out the store, pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, all of that, South Center would get wild. South Center would get active. I remember my dad and I would constantly go to the mall and wait in the line picking up these shoes. Or we would get the raffle call when they still had the tickets instead of these stupid apps, and we would go into the mall and be like, take my ticket and give me my shoe, period. If you don't already know, Foot Locker, Finish Line, Champs, Foot Action, Chic Shoes, those are all sneaker stores. So like I said, you need to see which of those stores are actually in your mall, and if you don't have any, do some more research around your area or anywhere that you're willing to travel to, because some people live further out, like an outskirts city, or some people live closer where it's actually really easy to get there. You kind of just have to do what you're comfortable with. Regardless, you should definitely look up all of those stores that I just listed and see what is around you. Now, with that being said, you're supposed to go on the apps and enter the raffles. Again, I'm not going to give you a tutorial on how to do that, but you go on the app and you scroll through it, you see what shoes are available. If it says reservation now open, that means that you can join a raffle, and you just follow that process. It's gonna ask you what your shoe size is, it's gonna ask you what store you would like to pick it up at if you end up winning, and it asks you if you want to use any of your flex points, all that kind of stuff. So you're just filling out very basic information, you're picking the location that you want to pick it up at, you're choosing the location that you would want to pick up the shoe you win at, and you are letting them know whether you're going to use any of your extra flex points. They want you to spend your entire organ's worth of your body in order to have a good amount of flex points to win, but we ain't even finna talk about it. And once you're done filling out all that information, you hope for the best. My final tip on how you can potentially get sneakers at a retail price. Let's say that you follow all of those tips and tricks that I just gave you. You made sure that you knew when the release date was, you entered the draw on sneakers, maybe you didn't hit, you entered all the raffles at the local stores that are around you, you didn't hit at any of those. Your next best bet to getting a sneaker that you want at retail and not paying extra for it and buying it out of the store like we're supposed to is simply by having some patience. Now, I'm not gonna do y'all dirty and just cut the video right there. I mean something by that, okay? I definitely mean something behind having patience. There's a lot of substance to that sentence, all right? So just stick with me, stick with me. Having patience kind of depends on your local sneaker store's rules, because it kind of varies and fluctuates depending on your location and what kind of stuff y'all got going on at that specific mall or whatever. Basically, if you know, you know. Back in the day, if a shoe released, and when I say back in the day, I mean like 2018 and previous, because this is all pre-pandemic, pre-panoramic, but basically pre-America bullshit. we were able to go to the mall, and when we still had raffle tickets rather than virtual raffle tickets on our cell phones with these apps that don't even work, we would be able to go into the mall whether we won or not. If we did win, we go and redeem the wins that we did hit off of. So say I entered the raffles at every single sneaker store that's around me and I only hit at Finish Line and Champs. I'm going to Finish Line and I'm going to Champs and I'm picking up the 2 shoes that I actually won. Now with that being said, if you got the time, you just hang around and kick it around the mall until about 1 o'clock p.m., which is usually how South Center locations used to work, and whoever didn't pick up their shoes, they was up for grabs. They basically said, if you don't come grab your by this time, it's first come, first serve. Obviously, times have changed and things are a bit different. So at my location, which is South Center Mall in Seattle, Washington, to all of y'all who know, South Center stores typically have rules to where you have up until that Monday to pick up your shoes. And if you don't pick up the shoes by that time, if you don't pick up your pair, it is first come, first serve. They usually don't throw them onto the racks and onto the shelves immediately because people will come flocking into the store and the word gets around to resellers. There's literally a reseller store in South Center Mall, aka West Coast Boutique. Figure out what the rules are for your specific sneaker stores and figure out how they operate with that. So ask them, are the sneakers going to be first come, first serve? If people don't pick them up, how is that process working? Are we able to grab the shoes on the same day? Are we supposed to wait until Monday? When are the shoes basically going to be up for grabs? The unclaimed pairs. Because as much as this doesn't make any sense, not every single pair is going to get claimed because people hit in different locations, in multiple locations sometimes, and they're not going to be driving to every single spot just to pick up every single shoe. All in all, this patience thing just means ask around, figure out if the shoes are going to be up for grabs and when they're going to be up for grabs, and at that point you just go back to the mall and you see what's up on the shelves. And if you don't necessarily see it on the shelves, or if you see it in the absolute wrong size, you take that tiny little shoe and you bring it up to the front, or you bring it up to a associate and you ask them, hey bro, you got any of this in the back for me? Do you have the right size? Do you have this? Do you have that? A closed mouth does not get fed, okay? But let me tell you, I have taken nothing but L's off of all of the local sneakers apps that I have. I've hit off of sneakers once in 2021, and that is the first time I have ever hit off of the app. And I am a genuine customer. I buy stuff from Nike all the time. I buy stuff from the shoe stores all the time, and this is my first time hitting in this year alone. As far as the other sneaker apps like the Foot Lockers and the Finish Lines and the Champs, etc., I haven't gotten since this pandemic started. I cannot stress that enough. So when I say what I say, I'm saying all of this because of the fact that I have still copped shoes. I have still copped shoes and I have not paid resale for every single pair of shoes. And my dad has helped me through this process, because if you look and if you ask questions to the right people, it's not about having a plug. It's really not about having a plug. It's just asking somebody in the store, say that you're a regular customer, say that you're in there kind of frequently. If you have the time, just stroll through. And if you see something, you better grab that shit, because it ain't gonna be there for long. If these seem like very basic tips, and if this seems like very basic information, I'm so sorry. I do hope that you took something away from this, especially the last tip is truly just to have some patience and keep looking around. If you take an L on a shoe, don't automatically get on GOAT or StockX or Flight Club or JM Sneakers or whatever website you use as a resale situation. Don't get on any of those websites and immediately buy the shoe. I at least would give it a week to 2 weeks. And I know that seems like a long time, but if you're really not trying to spend that extra coin and save your money, have some patience, because honestly, at least where I'm from, you can definitely still get lucky. It's not as frequent as it used to be. It's not as easy as it used to be, but the is not impossible, and I 10 out of 10 recommend that you at least try. Because let me tell you, that price gonna be looking cute on StockX, but when they hit your with all them fees, you're gonna be sitting there debating, do I really want to buy this? But that is all I have for you guys today. If you are an OG and you still stuck through this video, and when I say OG, I mean a legit OG sneakerhead that didn't really need any of this information but still chose to stick around and listen to me rant because it was a little relatable or whatever, thank you so much for sticking around, and I appreciate your time. Please be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you know every time that I post, and follow me on Instagram because I'm very active on there. If you have questions about about any other my outfits, any details, where I buy stuff from, you can always hit me up there. You can always give me more video suggestions on Instagram or also just in my comment section down below. So thank you for kicking it with me. Again, I emphasize, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you made it here, I don't know why you haven't done that already. All right, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.